Hello, this is Kenzie, the tiny woman with the tiny apartment in Colorado. And today we are going to propagate snake plants. So over here, you'll see I have a bunch of clippings. Some are already in soil, but I wanted to show you how to do this when you take them off the plants. We'll take this jar here. And these I just clipped today. Now, typically you don't want to soak these ahead of time. I'm just doing this for the purposes of the video. These I was actually going to propagate in water. But wherever you cut it off of the plant, so if you cut it off, and that's the base of the plant there, that's the way you want it to go into the soil. Okay? So if this, say this is the next piece and this one's right above this one, and look, that's a perfect fit, so that probably was the next one on the plant. You need it to go into the soil the same direction that it was clipped from. So say you clipped a piece off. This one would be a good example because I can tell which is which. This end is dry, so I know this one was at the top of the plant prior to me cutting it. So you don't want to flip this over and try to plant that end because it will not root. It has to root in the same direction that it was going on the plant. So if this was up here on the plant and you cut it, it has to go in the soil that way. You can't flip it around. It won't work that way. But with these, you want them to dry out a little bit. So, like I said, for the purpose of this video, you can ignore that these were in water because I was going to water propagate just this set. You probably will lose some of them, but typically you want these to either dry a few days before you put them in soil, or you can cut them from the plant and just put them in dry soil. Just like that. And I have all of these in the jar according to how they came off the plant. So the lower end of the stem is where it was cut from the plant, and those are all at the bottom of the jar. And this is the other way you can do it. You can just put your clippings in water. And you have to be patient with these. These take a few months to grow any sort of root on them. These are a slow rooter, unlike a philodendron or a pothos. In case you can't tell, I have a little obsession with coffee cup plants. I have a ton of them in my house. But that's how you do it. It's very, very simple. You don't want to overwater them. Use a well-draining soil, a sand mixture or perlite mixture. But it's as simple as that. If you get any die-off, or along the way, if you see the end of this starting to rot out, cut off the rot and then put it back in the soil again. Okay, but the most important thing is to put it in the dirt where you clipped it from the plant. That is the most important rule. So that's it for today. I hope you join me for my next video.